What's up, boys? How we doing?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Episode 3, road to 100. We're gonna get this up and going today. Just kind of wanted to keep it more relevant to what we've been up to of late. Let people get a deeper understanding of who we are if they don't know us, which I think is always a good thing. I've always said this, both of you are remarkable individuals. I think that learning a little bit about your guys' life, just how you approach your day-to-days is going to be beneficial in any capacity. I'll share about, my experience, what I do as well. So once again, I'll let you guys take the floor. Brandon, you wanna get us up and running?
Yeah. So I'm right here in South Florida, and I mean the biggest thing is like I'm in the Coast Guard, and so we do a lot of drug interdiction, search and rescue in the Caribbean, and in the Florida Keys. And recently I've been pretty busy. Like the other night, we had some cases. Like we came out, we got a call at 7, out there doing search patterns until 1 a.m. And like it's like I always talk to Leo. Like Leo and I have like a lot of back and forth about what we're doing and how everything is. And we just keep in contact through text message. And like the whole thing is like it's like even though we have our own career, like even though we have our job that we report to, like there's still stuff that we need to work on individually. And so it's
Yeah.
like the next day I'm still still going at it in the gym and all that. And and aside from that, like it's we just started a business with online coaching, and then that's been picking up. I just like posted a transformation that I had in 30 days. Like it's the thing is, like Leo and I have gone through it. Like we've been through it. We've been through the ups and downs, the trying to drink while losing the weight, trying to like, eat too little, cut out the carbs. And, long story short, it's like we've seen like what it takes to actually lose weight and bulk, And so
Yeah.
we're just trying to give back. And so it's, we just got a new client today. And so we're just working to build that. But other than that, it's just been the Coast Guard online coaching and just trying to grind it out, bro. It's going through the ringer of life. Like that's what it is. Like everybody eventually goes through it, and you just find ways to cope through it.
Yeah, I feel like you go through it consistently too. You think you're done with one cycle and then you get hit with another one, and it's just like, how do you continue to react?
Yeah, I just spoke with someone. He's moving out the country for a bit, and he was kind of just talking to me about something he's going through. And I told him that I really believe that this life is a string of contraction and expansion phases. And he was like, his mind was blown about it. And I said, bro, like really think about it. Like find some time throughout your day to reflect, just be in deep solitude and think about your lowest moments. Those moments did not last forever. In the moment it felt like it was going to last forever. In the moment you felt like this was the end, like this is the last chapter in your life. But eventually you see the light at the end of the tunnel and you get through it. And then even in those higher moments where those you have those expansion phases where everything's going your way, accomplishments, accolades, new relationship, everything's going well, like that also doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
And you just start to see, like in deep solitude, and you start to reflect and reflect on what you regret, and you just kind of learn from those moments. And it's like those expansion and contraction phases come and go, both equally come and go. And he's going through something that I just told him, like, hey, this is a contraction phase in your life. Don't beat yourself up. Don't allow this to change the way you treat people. Don't allow it the way to change the way you carry yourself. Just take it as it is. Go through that ringer, and then you start to see it from a bird's eye view, and you start to see like, hey, what can I extract from this process? Like, what can I extract from this experience in my life right now?
Think that's a really good way to put a framework on top of a difficult situation. Often people are so focused in what they're dealing with in that given moment that it can be hard to take that bird's eye view. So that's positive. I hope your homie's keeping it real, and he gets through whatever it is that he's going through right now. But like we were talking about, there's always going to be another battle that you're going to have to approach and handle better than you handled the one previously. I'll kind of touch on my experience before I pass it over to Leo. I'm out in the tri-state area now, New Haven, Connecticut. It's been a bit of a shift since moving out from LA. I enjoy it. I'm an operations manager at Amazon, so I deal with a lot of burgeoning tech, a lot of people. At times, it feels like I'm a like an adult babysitter, but no, like legitimately, it does feel that way. But it's really good experience. High level data analytics, just people building relationships, just learning how to maneuver the politics of the corporate world to some extent as well. So looking forward to the next steps. I did just submit for the June LSAT, so that's like very much in motion.
Love that, right?
Yeah. So I'll be talking to you, Leo, a little bit about that process when it's fully in motion. But yeah, similar to you boys, I've been through some things, whether it was through sports, through life, dealing with grief, relationships, all the whole nine yards. And it's not about the situation itself. I think the biggest thing is, how do you react? How are you able to take the negative, positive experience that may have been thrown at you out of your control, and then be able to find what are the controllables? What can I approach to make this situation a little bit better? How do I remain calm when I'm getting a lot of accolades, right? It's like when you that's also a different discussion too, is like a lot of people, they can't maintain their homeostasis when they're receiving a lot of like external ecstasy, so that's been something that I've had to deal with as well. I think going through serious grief has taught me, maybe humbled me in many aspects, the way that life should humble you, take you off your pedestal. We're not always gonna have the golden wings, and sometimes who's it, Icarus flew too close to the sun. I think that's a good mechanism as well for people to think about when they're getting a little bit too inflated in their ego. Yeah, just a whole lot of aspects of my life nowadays is just like trying to find that sweet spot. How do I accomplish my physical goals? How do I accomplish my personal growth mindset goals? How am I being successful in my career? How do I develop relationships, maintain them, and weave through the bullshit? Like finding that sweet spots where I'm consistently trying to not only embody, but surround myself with people that are also in that wavelength to some degree. And I feel like you boys absolutely do that at a high level. I appreciate you for that. And last thing as well, you know, if there's something creative that you enjoy, you should still pursue it, regardless of if there's money attached. Just do it out of the pure sake of like developing this like Renaissance man mindset. I think that's really important for us men.
Hey Leo, I feel like you could speak on that when kind of give your little whole spiel about like the hobbies, how we see Instagram. We've talked about this, dog. Let it rip.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
I was just reading a book. It's called Conversations with God. I think it's Neil Walsh. And it's more of a like, it's not very like a Christian book. It's not like a book for Catholics. It's more like spiritual than anything. It's kind of, I don't know if you've heard of Outwitting the Devil. It's kind
I've
of like
I've
that.
I've actually read Outwitting the Devil.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
exactly like that form, a conversation, but with God. And in that book, it talks a lot about being in creation. And like the individual that feels most fulfilled is constantly creating. Like they don't do anything else but create, whether it's new experiences, something in their business. And Brandon and I think we've I don't know how it came about, but we just started posting more on Instagram, just like on our story, like at the gym, wherever we were, if we were traveling somewhere. Once we left home, we just had more like autonomy over our life. So whether I was driving down to San Diego or I was at this person's pad and it was a party that night, like we were just like, it was just like our life story on Instagram, right? As like social media should be, in my opinion. And I don't know, there's just it was a creative outlet for us, and then we thought about, okay, what's the message we're sending now with this creative outlet? We got more into personal development. And no, I think it's 100%. Like I think the creativity, it's like we don't really get money out of Instagram, right? We're not some Instagram influencers, but there's a lot of peace, a lot of fulfillment that comes from just sharing a good message. It's like,
Yeah.
tonight I went to bed and today I was a good human, right? And I gave people what was on my mind. I helped people who I was around in person, and I was a good human. I did my best at work. I did my best in the class. But no, I think you're 100% there, Darren. I think people who do use social media as an outlet like that, where it's creativity, like you see all these TikTokers, like whether they're cooking in the kitchen or they're dancing or whatever it is, or they're teaching people how to lift for the first time in the gym. Like there's a lot of fulfillment in that. And I think it's like, if used correctly, I think it's a great way to find or discover your creativity. But yeah, we were talking about it and I was like, we should kind of like, what are we gonna do for this episode? I was like, why don't we just like introduce like ourselves? We didn't even do that
Yeah.
in the first one. I don't think we did,
I don't
but
think we did either. I think we just like went straight into it.
we just ripped it, bro. But which isn't bad. But I was like, we should at least say like, oh, what we're up to these days. But yeah, I'm in law school right now, and I'm about to graduate. And then I got a job in Fort Lauderdale at the prosecutor's office. And yeah, I'm just pretty excited right now. I'm in the prosecutor's office, one of them in Oregon, and I was in the office in LA a summer ago or 2 summers ago. So that's kind of what I want to do, like criminal prosecution. I've thought about defense work for juveniles. I just actually, we were talking about it earlier. I just got back from the detention center. I'm a detention worker there. I work with the youth there, and I don't know, I got a soft spot for the youth, and it's kind of different. I have like a different perspective on adult crime and juvenile crime. I think that people who commit the crime, I think they're, in two different worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, you did say like adult babysitting. There are individuals that are older that do think like a child, but I just have a different
Oh, it's
perspective.
crazy, bro.
No, bro, that was real. That was real.
No, 1000%.
But yeah, so it's kind of just doing that. I like the experiences. I like talking with a lot of people, and I do that with my work in both jobs right now. And then, like Brandon said, like we just started online coaching. We're just starting our business up. He's got his clients. I got my clients, and Brandon's had great results with his guys. Some of the guys I got, they know that it's 6+ months it's going to take to get to their dream physique, but whatever it takes to unlearn everything that they've learned, whatever it takes to undo all those years of bad habits, bad eating habits, but never like taking your health seriously. And so, man, we're just trying to help people, and we're just trying to, help people feel more comfortable in their own skin. And I think that's like our main goal, especially people who didn't really have leaders in their life.
Yep.
Like all the kids at the juvie, I just think that, like, when I look at them, I'm just like, oh, you just didn't have a leader in your life. And it's not your fault. Like, none of this is your fault. This is off topic, but one of the youth there, he got an extra charge of escape too. He was on work crew, so he was out in the community, like doing community service. This dude just takes a run for it, and he jumps in they start chasing him, and he jumps in a canal and starts swimming away, bro. Like, this dude is committed. You know what I was thinking in my head? I was like, if he was that committed to his goals in life, bro, the
He'd be a
places he
killer.
will go, bro. He jumped in a canal, and when they brought him back in, he was like soaking wet for his new mugshot, bro. It was funny, bro, when I heard that story.
He was a wet noodle.
Bro, and I was like, who's this kid? And I went to his cell, and I was like, dude, this dude is like, I was thinking in my head, if he just channeled that way he thought. And when they asked him, like, why'd you do it? And he was just like, poor judgment. And supposedly, like, there was like a group of kids at work crew, and one was like, hey, bro, if you
They were
want to
aiding
run,
and abetting for sure, huh?
bro, he was like, if you want to run, this is the time. And he just fucking started running. He booked it, bro. But
fuck it. Hey, that's the problem though. Like, people say fuck it to the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like, homie said, fuck it, I'm gonna jump in a canal instead of like, before he commits whatever he did, it's I think that's the biggest thing. Like, bro, I always tell, so when we get our clients, it's like Leo and I are doing it together, but we'll split them. Like, hey, you get a group, I get a group, because like Leo is, district attorney's office, law school, Coast Guard. Like, bro, I'm up in the middle of the night, early in the morning. Like, our schedules are, totally just out of whack sometimes. And so we're like, all right, bro, we get one in, we get a lead. Whoever closes the lead takes that guy. And, we kind of work from there. We also like make group chats. Like, hey, if I don't respond within 20 minutes, bang Leo's line, he's got you, And so it's like, I mean, Leo and I did it together. And so like we kind of have like the same mindset of how we talk to our clients. And, we always know that, every leader learns differently. And so we have different approaches to certain clients, And so, we have, a couple females on the crew. And so it's just, it's totally different. I have all been trusting Leo, but, long story short, like we tell them, hey, bro, you got to start saying fuck it to the right things. Like, you know what? I'm going to make one investment. Fuck it. I don't, maybe it's too much for me right now. Like, hey, maybe I can't afford it right now, but I'm going to make this one investment because it's knowledge and it's, skills that I'll know for the rest of my life. And that's what we tell our guys, like, hey, bro, I'm going to give you all we got. I'm going to teach you everything that we know, everything that worked for us. And I promise you, just implement into your life, consistency, discipline, that grit, it's just no looking back, no back steps, and then the weekend comes, you're still committed, you're still grinding. Like, that's all it takes, it's just day by day, week by week, meal by meal. And so, it's people got to start learning to like channel their energy, their focus, whatever commitment they have to the right things.
Yeah, and maybe that requires the frameworking that you guys help people start to understand. I know you said, I think it was you, Leo, talking about like unlearning. I don't even know if it's all about unlearning. It's just closing the knowledge gap. Like you just didn't know this at all. So for me, at least, and maybe I'm an outlier in this mindset, but I truly believe that I'm open to changing my viewpoint on anything if there's enough data. And a lot of these people, I'm sure, that are coming to you guys for your services, like they just didn't have the data before. So it's not even like unlearning the bad habits. They just maybe didn't even know that, oh shit, taquitos at 3 a.m. On an out after like I just, woke up, and maybe I could go back to bed, but fuck, I might smack 7 taquitos right now. Like, I don't know if that's the move. You like, bro, just go back to sleep, drink some water, wake up, start your day on a good note. But once they learn that that's like fucking up their metabolism, then maybe they're gonna have a bit of a shift. And I don't want to assume, but it's interesting to note. I think for me, at least, what I've seen in individuals is a lot of people are very malleable. Most people are. It's how you get them to accomplish the task in front of you is always the most difficult objective. For example, the kid that you said just like jumped into the river, is trying to swim away. He probably would be a pretty good employee if you like took care of him and provided positive feedback and let him know that, hey, like on the other side of this is like promotions, you could be making this amount of money. The canal kid, with the right direction, he's probably going to be a killer, in a positive sense. I coached a lot of kids in soccer, and it was always like trying to get them to see the objective themselves, and like that carrot that they don't think is worth going to eat is actually what you should be doing on a consistent basis, because maybe you'll get more playing time. Maybe soccer isn't your passion, but you build confidence that permeates throughout your life in other aspects. So it is interesting, and that's the biggest thing about being a leader, or trying to embody a leadership mentalities. You don't necessarily need to be the sovereign ruler of like a nation state to be considered a leader. It's like, I know I can lead myself. Like that's step one. Like I can run my own ship, and it's not going to sink. And I think that's a positive thing too.
Darren, can you tell? I was curious, Leo. I think this is like, pretty good. Like as a coach, like as a teacher, you're a bird's eye view up here. I don't know why I'm doing this, but like you're up here and you see the kids, they're like, playing. Some are pissed off because they're pine riding. Others are like tired because they're working. They've been playing all
I feel
day.
like some are happy to be pine riding, bro, for some reason.
It's like those kids that get too much love at home. There's like there's like a very fine line of getting like not enough love and then too much love where they don't care about life. They're just like, mom's gonna make me a bologna sandwich when I get home. But can you tell like kids that are just driven, some kids that are, just maybe lost? I don't know how else to say it. Or, just that kid that's just trying hard, bro. Like they're trying hard, maybe they don't have the skills, but they're just, what have you learned like when you're coaching? Like what can you see from kids or just even like humans in general? Like that.
I mean,
Or
like,
what stands out? Like, do you have a favorite player all time?
yeah, I got favorite player of all time.
Don't say Messi, bro.
Growing up, it was David Villa. I was a big fan of David Villa. I think like after the 2010 World Cup, like he absolutely dominated for Spain. I became like infatuated with the Barca team at that time as well. So yeah, I'm a Messi fan, but he was never like my favorite player growing up. I think he's the greatest of all time. That discussion is closed, but it's subjectively closed now. We can get into that.
I thought you were asking him a favorite player he's coached.
No. He's like favorite player, but I was gonna get into my favorite player type.
Like, hey, but no, I meant, like either or, it doesn't matter. But like the kids, like young, like because we're talking like juvenile,
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite player that I've coached. I wouldn't go on a ledge and say like this kid was the one. Unfortunately, I was never really able to coach the highest level youth. If I had that opportunity, then I'd be able to pinpoint a kid that I was like, this kid's special, But coaching, little children at Galaxy Soccer Center, and then also JV and varsity at South Torrance High School, there was only a couple like special talents that I was able to, work with. And even so, they'd probably play in college, and like that would be the end of their careers. It would never go to like the professional level that you would see out of someone that was maybe outrageously special. But I can talk about my experience with some of my teammates now that are pro and how they were in academy days and what was successful for them. Most of them were not the most unreal talented ballers. Like a lot of those kids that were just technically outrageous, they're not playing pro. It was a combination of like really solid fundamentals, insane work ethic, and just probably a good scoop of humility from the players that did make it pro. On my team that I can think of right now, like Tommy Williamson at Ludon United, Tristan Traeger at Monterey FC, both very humble kids. I think Tyler Bagley, he was playing for Las Vegas last time I checked. A kid that I played with back when I was 15 is playing for Botafogo in Serie A right now, Jacob Montes. And that was maybe the one kid where I was like, at a young age, you just knew he was outrageously special. Like 7 kids surrounding him on the ball, just calm. But all of those guys, calm, cool, collected players, but they deliver results. They score goals, they assist, they do what they need to do in order to be successful in the eyes of a coach. Because as a coach, you'll have the talents and you can see who's talented, but ultimately who's going to get that starting 11 position? Who can I rely on the pitch? Yeah, you might be a 5-star skiller, but if you're, trying those moves in the middle half of the pitch and we're getting picked off on a counterattack all the time, why the fuck am I playing you? So that's a tough discussion to have with kids. But you also want to promote it in practice. So like you let the kids go crazy in practice, try all the things that they might not be confident enough to try in a game. But I'll tell the kids that are just really hard work ethic and just don't have the talent, you keep them around, because it's good for the team culture just to have someone that's going to maybe outrun you all the time. Just that special kid that's like really good on the ball but fucking lazy as shit. If he's getting beat to the ball every time by the kid that can't score, maybe he's gonna like be like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna get there quicker this time, right? So it's good for the culture. But yeah, like you just got to be good at all aspects of the game. And I think youth haven't developed that. But if you're 13, 14 years old and you haven't developed an intimate understanding of the fundamentals of soccer, football, like you're going nowhere. I don't care. I don't like I can't be showing you how to dribble at 14 and you think you're gonna play pro. You can't juggle more than 100.
These people in pro probably learned it like when they were 4, huh?
Bro, I could juggle to 100 when I was like 10, Like literally when I was playing for Galaxy Academy back in the day, one of these legends, like this guy, Mauricio Cienfuegos, okay? Legend, bro. Played for the Galaxy as well.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but he sounds legit.
Yeah. So he starts like coaching our sessions for a good 2-3 months out in like Bell Gardens. And he bought all the entire team, like the little size 2, size 3 soccer balls. And he said, until you can juggle with both feet individually 50, don't come to the next practice. And he's like, I'm going to test you. I'm like, he like, I'm going to test you every practice. And bro, when I tell you, like, some kids already knew how to do that and I was behind, and I was like, fuck, like I'm not about to show up, not be able to do this. I was just ripping, just juggling as much as I could to get up to that level. But that's at like 12 years old, 13. I understood how to play the game in terms of the formations, like roles that players had to embody. So those are things that like high football IQ I'm thinking of when I'm looking at kids. If they don't know what number positions are, that's a big red flag. Like if I say you're gonna go play the 7 today and you know where that is, you're like, oh, what's the 7? I'm like, oh, you're gonna go play 6. You're like, what's the 6? I'm like, okay, clearly you haven't played FIFA, because some FIFA kids know what that is, which is crazy to me. But yeah, it's like a combo of just being a good athlete, intelligent on the ball, understanding of the game, maybe have some of those special qualities, but end of the day, work ethic beats all of that. So it's a lot. And that's probably why I don't have a favorite kid. But when I knew I got the job with Amazon, it was like in July, and I was coaching the varsity team at South. before I was heading out. And there's this one kid, Nico, that like I genuinely thought if he was just a little bit more committed, could be a very special talent. And I like brought the boys out like at end of the summer season. I like took 2 or 3 of them, Gio, Nico, and someone else. Forget the name, Peter maybe. I was like, look, guys, I know you don't see it, but frankly, you guys fucked around most of the summer, and this is like my second job, so I'm here for the fun of it. I love and appreciate you guys, but if you actually want to play at a high level, you got to take it way more serious. Because what you don't understand is all those kids under you, when they see that you're fucking around and you're the special talent on the team, they're taking their job way less seriously as a result. It's like a catalytic effect. If you start showing up to sessions, even if you're playing with some ass kids, which some of them were ass, pardon my take, right? They're going to go harder knowing that you're taking the job more seriously. So we'll see. I hope that they end up playing in college and putting in a good shift, but it's a lot, and I'm sure you guys see it in your clients too. It's not like there's never a single node to why someone acts a type of way. It's always multivariate. It's too many, a lot of things to consider.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because there's some that I'm just like, oh dang, like you're balls to the wall type commitment, and this is why you're getting results. And then there's another one who's getting slower results, but they still have that same commitment. So I'm like, dang, so it's not just that. Like, that's not the only variable to accomplishing whatever X goal it is that you want,
Yeah.
And I think there's layers. He's got housemates. He's got a lot of things going on. Like, they're like, Friday night, let's go get Korean barbecue. It's like, oh, dang, like all of a sudden, like, where are my goals at? He has more like layers to it. He has that commitment. He's willing to take it to that next level, but it's like that. But I mean, I don't know. I wonder, I think about that question a lot of if people are chosen or if people actually got to work for this standard or this lifestyle or this position that you want, because like you say, like I think there's people that are born with crazy talent. Like they have a gift. Like they are literally gifted. But I don't know. I just think that gives, when I think of that, some people are like born with it. I don't know. I think it gives lazy people a cop out. Oh, they were just born with it. Oh, I'm not gonna work hard anyways because they had it all along, But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, but again, it's frameworking that, even that discussion. It's like, yeah, you might be a special talent when it comes to your ability on a soccer ball, myself included, but are you a special talent shooting a basketball? No, right? You could be special in something and just be average in other things. And I'm sure for people that, are maybe not superhuman ability level athletes in certain sports, maybe they're just a savant in something they haven't discovered yet. But like, you got to build your confidence first in order for you to even feel comfortable enough to try new things. Maybe they're just like a ridiculously, talented painter, and they've never even delved into the artistic side of their life. You don't know. You don't know until you try. And then we're having a discussion like, yeah, that dude was special. Fucking Bob Ross right there. So it's interesting. You don't know until you try. I think that's the thing too, is people are just scared to try new things.
Yeah, I think you said it, Darren. Like, you could be, talented in a certain area, but not in others. Like, that doesn't guarantee you success in another field. Mr. Darren balling out in college playing soccer, but that doesn't guarantee him success after his collegiate career. But, point is, like, even though you're skilled in a certain area, it doesn't guarantee success. And so I think especially with clients, like, I think I struggle, mainly to see like, hey, bro, like I'm giving you a plan. I'm giving you a blueprint. I'm literally telling you what to do. And this is coming from not just my own experience, but from someone that I paid in a time where I couldn't afford it. Like I pulled out my loans from school to say, hey, big dog, I met you at the gym in Pacific Beach, down in San Diego, SoCal area. Teach me everything you know. I will pay you whatever you charge. I just want to know how to track my food. I want to know how to meal prep. I want to know everything about macros because I know and I understand and I'm thinking long term, long view. Like I think, when you grow up a certain way, that's all you have. Like you just grasp onto some sort of hope of like some image in your mind of, hey, I just hope to live this way one day, or I hope to, I aspire to become this kind of individual. And you kind of grasp onto that. And so going through college, and I was like always working out, but I didn't understand nutrition. I was like, one day I'm gonna finally get those abs, like, and you just grasp onto that image, that vision. And so I finally met the person that I knew could bridge the gap between myself and the vision that I had. And I gave him everything that I had, and I was like, I will do whatever you tell me to do because I know you have the answers. And so when I think about clients, I think like, and in general, really, like as a coach, Darren, like you teach your kids everything. You teach them, how to, like, I don't know soccer, but like let's say baseball, like you teach them everything that you need to do to prepare for the game.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, you can't drag him to the water bowl. Like you can't drag a dog to the water bowl and force the dog to drink water,
Yeah.
So it's the whole process of coach, trainer, professor. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, but I think, and it's interesting. I don't know if you guys are NASM certified. I was even considering getting NASM certified, but then I was watching this video, and I resonated it with a lot, like it quite a bit. Like I don't even have my Series B or Series A license with U.S. Soccer to like verify me as a high level coach. I think I have like the F license or whatever grassroots 7v7 licenses. It's a joke, but there's some coaches that have A licenses in the US that never played at a high level. They fucking don't know much about the sport, but they went through all the classes and they got their license, which I got to give them respect for that. Don't get me wrong. It takes time and that due diligence, but even some of these like C license coaches that frankly, if I looked at them, I wouldn't take their word seriously, And I think the verifiable value proposition that you guys provide is like you guys put in the work, So
we got the life license, dog. That's what we have.
yeah,
We
but
also
that's what I'm saying though. Like you could tell.
we
I
also have
don't need to know if you have a license or not. That doesn't matter to me. I look at you and I'm like, yes, I believe in it. I'm down.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Like I think you put it bluntly, and I think it's the way it should be. Like I don't care what license you got, bro. If the advice you're gonna give me puts me in a position where I got your physique, I'm good, bro. I don't care what license you got, I'm good with it. But if I'm looking at Brandon, he ain't got no license. He's straight from Tijuana, Mexico, but he's got a physique that I like. I'm gonna be like, bro, teach me how you got that.
Yeah, and
I
bring
don't
me the
care what
birria too, bro.
I was like, I don't care what you got. Just teach me what you know. I don't need no license. I don't need him to have no license, bro. Like, I can hear from his stories when he's talking on Instagram. Like, I've been through this in my life. Damn, bro, I want your resilience. I had a homie. He was like, bro, I don't honestly like when I look at you and your brother, I don't know how you have the resilience to do it. I would want to pay someone like Brandon to be like, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm going through this in my life, bro. Like, what would you advise me? I don't know. But the point is, if this person, licensed or not, is in a position that you want to be in, or in a position where you want to get to and maybe even eventually pass, like, yeah, I don't know about that.
That's like the mentorship aspect of it, the fact that you went on a ledge, Brandon, to get this guy to provide you, the value at the time that you just didn't have. You didn't know how to track
Hey, bro.
that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Darren, for the record, a homeboy had literally just gotten out of prison off a 10-year sentence,
That's crazy.
fully blasted in prison ink. And I say prison ink because it's not dark ink. This shit looks like it's been sitting in the sun for years, bro. Like just faded, thin line, like guitar string ink, bro. But I was like, big dog, I see your physique. I see you train every morning. I'm going to buy your discipline. I'm going to buy your consistency. I'm going to buy everything that, like, I was following him on Instagram, the stories he would tell, everything that he overcame. And I'm buying that because I know that there are programs online. I know that I could go on macro calculator and get like inflated ass numbers that are only going to make me gain weight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to buy you, Wes Watson. I'm going to buy you. And I gave him all I got, like I was at the fucking strip club, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, teach me everything you know, and I'm going to run it in. I'm going to run it in like I got no life. And that's what I did, bro. I did it for 3 years. And I looked at my like family genes and I'm like, bro, I'm tired of this. Straight up. I'm tired of complaining and blaming my genes and just, like my grandfather, just seeing him go out that way and 11 years on dialysis. I said, bro, this thing stops with me.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, whatever you've seen in your family, whatever you've gone through, it stops with you. You have to take action. And that's all it takes. It doesn't take much, but it takes intentionality. And sometimes there's some mornings where you wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this, but you shake the sheets and you get up, bro.
Yep.
That's what it takes. He gave me the blueprint. He gave me the plan. I ran in it for 3 years. And then Leo and I finally had a conversation. Hey, bro, we've been on some cuts. We've been on some bulks. It's time to help people and monetize this passion. And at this point, bro, it's just, I mean, we've gained a lot of traction, more traction than we expected. But, I think I had a conversation with the client about it. It's like, give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, bro.
Like, the work, you put in the work. It's weird because I tell him this advice, but I still can't do it for myself. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I need to help more people. I need to find a way to reach out to more people. Give them the answers, give them the tools for a much lower price than what I paid for, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I pulled out from my UCSD loans, and I still have to pay for that stuff. But I'm like, I'm gonna give it to you cheaper because you're my people.
Yeah.
I know what it's like. There's 30 tortillas right there on the table, and you have like 4 ounces of chicken and like 30 ounces of rice on the plate. Like, I know what that's like, bro. Like, I get it. But I'm gonna give you the answers, And so it's like,
yeah,
finding a way, dog.
Yeah, dude, that's fuck. I don't know if I'd be able to turn down that many tortillas and all that. Like, that sounds really fucking good. So I understand that. I understand it's difficult. It really is. But that argument too is so lazy. It's my genetics. It's just the laziest argument that I've ever heard.
Bro, I hate it.
Bro, it's just so it's both like physically lazy and just like, yeah. I won't get into that too much.
Bro,
But
let it rip, Leo, let it rip, dog.
Bro, it's weak. This is the kind of stuff I'm thinking, like, bro, if I hear another individual who one day wants to be a father and they think saying my genes are bad, what kind of a father are you? What, like, your poor kids. I'm gonna pray for your kids because their father is blaming his genes.
Yeah, it's a sorry argument. So, dude, I have to do these trainings, cast trainings at Amazon, and they're usually like are compliance related, safety trainings that need to get done by a certain date. And I've kind of like taken up the mantle on the night shift to just get them done. I just sort them out, like groups of 100, 200 people, just back to back to back, just knocking out these sessions. And literally at that, I'll always find a moment within the sessions to just go off whatever the fucking slideshow is saying, because it's just bullshit, bro. And I'll tell Bezos himself that no, like the discussion's bullshit. Obviously, a factory is dangerous, so you got to be worried about all these potential scenarios that can kill you. That it's dangerous, so be aware of that. But ultimately, the biggest issue and the safety related issues, like that are predicating these discussions, are like injuries that happen at work. It's just people that are just out of shape. They don't take care of their lives. They don't live any aspect of wellness, whether that's mental health awareness or physical wellness. They just don't embody it. Maybe they haven't been taught it. So for me, it's like, I'm gonna use this opportunity to let you know. And when I tell you that I got crickets in the room after like just a legendary fucking stand-up show coming from me, and then it's just dead quiet, when I told them, hey, what would really benefit you guys is living healthier lifestyles, drinking more water, eating better foods, probably not going to the snack machine, 7 times a shift. By the way, did you know Amazon provides discounts on gym memberships? Your cardiovascular health will directly enable you to acclimatize to the hard work environments. This is not a desk job. If you want a desk job, go get hired for a desk job. This is an active job. So I just kind of went in. I was letting them know, like, if you have some type of mental gymnastics you need to go through to justify why you are not deemable to be better in your physique and the way you take care of yourself, all right, Lizzo, that's not my discussion. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Like, step up to the plate, look in the mirror. Are you happy with what you see? If you're not happy with what you see, that's okay. I'm not happy with what I see as well. But I'll try and do the things that make me a little more happy each day, right? Because
Yeah.
you're never gonna get to this unrealistic expectation of like, I'm the most perfect human being ever. No chance. But we can
Yeah,
But
no,
only,
I
it's
think
pursuit. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's the pursuit, bro. Like you're
yeah,
constantly in pursuit. And it's like, how many people in this world wake up and feel like they have no purpose? How many people wake up and feel like the first thing they do is sigh? They're not even like excited for life, bro. They're just like, man, not again. You know what I'm saying? But when you're on some sort of journey, when you're on some sort of pursuit, you have goals. Goals, like whether they happen or not, they give you a sense of direction. They give you some
1,000.
trajectory. They give you a path to walk. And as you walk that path, the path will illuminate itself and you'll find answers. You'll meet people, you'll connect, you'll network, that's how you elevate. I think about, I just met a friend that's visiting Miami, yesterday, and he's from LA, grew up in Section 8 together. And it's like, bro, this dude is fucked, bro. He was exposed to Miami. He saw how fast it is, how like go, go, go it is. He's into the fitness industry. He went to the gym that I go to, and I'm like, this guy, bro, that's a law of exposure. Once you're exposed, you can't unsee that. This dude just got unfucked, bro. He's gonna go back to LA until he finds a way back. He's just gonna be totally so much clutter in his mind, and the whole thing is like, you gotta like surround yourself around people like this that are doing more than you, that are more committed than you, more disciplined, because at first it makes you feel insecure, but then you're inspired. You
Yes.
know, then you're inspired, and that's the whole thing. It's like, if I didn't know Leo, of course I'd be like, well, why does this guy, I'll find a way to talk shit to Leo. I'll find a way to like bring him down to my level if I wasn't doing what Leo was doing. But then I would understand like there's a bigger message to it. Leo was just using fitness as a tool to deliver a bigger message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 1,000%, bro. And we'll close it out pretty soon here. I totally agree with that though. And that's one of the reasons why I love Miami as well, is I'll step outside, I'm in Brickell, high rollers everywhere. I'm down by the marina, South Beach, everyone's fit, everyone's beautiful, they all make money. There's a reason they're at Space 4 nights a week and they can afford that lifestyle. Fucking
it was space.
jobs, club
Hey,
space.
big Leo, homie, I remember I told you one time I went to the gym. I was going to gym, like our gym opens at like 7 a.m. on Sundays or something like that. I'm passing through Space, bro. Space is like a club. It's like a nightclub. They play house, EDM, all this crazy shit.
Never closes.
Like Fisher, bro. Like that kind of music. I'm going through like 6:30, like so I can be there by 7.
In the
Homeboy
morning?
in the morning, bro. Not
Yeah.
at night. Like sun's out already. People are barely coming out, bro. Looking faded, like just zombies, dog. Zombie apocalypse.
The craziest part about Space though is like that group that leaves at 7 is replaced by another group that's showing up at 7, and
Bro,
it's
there's a line going into the
all the
parking lot.
time.
People trying to still come in at 7 a.m. on my mom,
It's
on dad.
crazy.
Even in the morning trying to get it.
It's crazy. But yeah, it's just that lifestyle is like how can you afford to live that lifestyle? And it does motivate you when you're around individuals like that. And I felt the same way, when I was working entertainment in LA, like just around a lot of high rollers. There's that pursuit that, I'm trying to achieve. How do I get there? That's I guess the fun of this whole experience is how the fuck do you figure it out, right?
Well,
But
that's where we're at with this too.
yeah,
It's like we're just gonna just give value, provide value, wherever it goes, it goes. But this is awesome.
Yeah, like we're road to 100. I don't know what's gonna happen on episode 80 or 90.
Dude, we're gonna be talking about our fucking cats by then, bro.
no
No,
chance.
no, yeah, we were, we got a lot to share and we got a lot to, provide. So I think we're gonna be talking about some crazy shit.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and let's run it back soon.
Mandatory, bro.
Love you, dog.